Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumps back from the OPTC video, and in today's video, it is day 5 of the grandest party of them all. It's time to wrap up Season 10, the Gear 5 season. Probably one of the most challenging seasons that we've had in a very long time. Gear 5 has thrown an absolute spanner into the works. When it comes to team building, he provides so much variation, and he's just very hard to deal with. But in today's video, we're going back to old, reliable, good old Gold D Roger. Still probably the best, if not probably like equal best right now as the best leader in the game. As you guys will see underneath the picture over there, it's the team we're going to be rocking. And I do believe I have a bit of a Gear 5 counter situation with this particular guy. Now, if we find Gear 5s, we're going to use Roger. If we find Rogers, we're probably going to use Gear 5. So, ideally, the play here is to go in with Roger. But this video might be scattered with like Gear 5 fights and Roger fights. Look, we'll see how it goes. But let me know in the comment section below how you guys are going in your grand party fights. Did you get the 15 wins? Did you get there? Did you not? Like me, I'm going to finish maximum on 14. Hopefully we can get there. If not, look, it is what it is. We got the skull. If you guys got the 9 wins, be very, very happy at that. But with that said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Let's dive in to the final day of Grand Party. Alright, so we found some Gear 5s. Of course, everyone's literally using Gear 5. I found a bunch of Rogers, but I refreshed to see if we can get Gear 5. Because look, now's as good of a time as any to actually try the strat that I came up with day 1 of Grand Party, where we use a Dex team, a SAC Dex team, up against Psy as the first fight, just to build up our burst, let them build up their burst, and hopefully we can just sort of bink it out either on the first fight, let them bink out their burst, and then we have the Slasher team going into the second fight. Now, this particular strategy with Roger, I actually literally came up with day 1, and I'm hoping that it's going to work against Gear 5. So I thought, hey, let's try it out now. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to test against Gear 5. I didn't have Gear 5 myself on the first day of Grand Party, which is a little bit of a bummer if I'm completely honest. But this particular Psy team is so disgusting to go up against. It is ridiculously strong. They get the extra buffs to free spirits thanks to the rule set, and their units get their cooldowns so goddamn fast. As you can see, Rebecca Toy Soldier and Yamato and Roger all have their specials ready to go literally by the 70-second mark. But the idea of this to our team is we get our burst when we take damage, they get their burst when they deal damage. So all this damage, all this fixed damage, all of that nasty shenanigans that we're getting thrown at is going to go directly back into our burst, even though we are sort of building up theirs. Now, Rayleigh's actually going to get his special ready to go. The fixed damage is quite nice for our burst, but now Yamato comes in, and this is pretty much just GG for us. Yeah, so you say see you later there. We do have a revive with Luffy, which is great, but like once we get hit with that half stats, it's basically just curtains for the rest of our team. I did put Donjin Jiao on this team in the bench. Basically, the idea of Donjin Jiao is to try and stall out the fight a little bit. Unfortunately, he came in for a unit that I had already used their special. But look, it's not the end of the world. Brook's hopefully going to heal us back up. And the idea now is to just stall out the fight enough so the enemy can use their burst. That's the play here. I know we're not going to get the win here. Like, I am well and truly understood that we are not getting the win. The rollback not on Yamato, but look, it isn't the end of the world. I would love to see the enemy use their GP burst here, though. Please. For love that all is holy, Gear 5 Luffy, do me a favor and send that burst my way, because we're about to get absolutely obliterated with a whole bunch of shots here. Yamato and Odin are... Well, Odin doesn't have any special because we rolled it back with Donjin Jiao. But... I should look over here too, by the way. But, yeah, come on. Use the burst, please. The AI system has a tendency to use the burst later in the fight if they got it very, very early. So I'm just hoping we can bait this out to get the burst. Gear 5, don't kill everyone. Donjin Jiao is gonna... Come on, Odin, don't kill me. Use the burst. Use your burst. Ah, you suck. That's okay, because they've won the first fight. So stereotypically, the AI doesn't like to use their burst straight away. We have our burst ready to go. We are using slashes. However, whatever the second team is probably going to be quite scary. It is an int team. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, I have built out my slasher team to be very fast with Cracker. I was using Shanks Crew, but just with like the amount of stats that we get for this team, we don't really need Shanks Crew's defensive bulk there. We kind of just need the CT reduction, so that way we can actually get off the half stance, and then we can actually just pop off our special. So, let's take a look at where we're at here. Beautiful stuff. We're going to bink this. The Roger Burst is going to give us the half stats. And now Roger Whitebeard should be able to go. This will start killing some units. We love to see this. Beautiful. We unfortunately hit Kaido there. Bit of a shame. But look, it's not the end of the world. Another upside here as well is... Oh, see you later. Everything's dead. Another upside to this as well is when the enemy uses their GP burst, it's just going to help recharge ours. Now, I really want to see it done here. Pop the burst off, Luffy. Do it. Do it. Oh, we tore through this fight way too quickly. Way too quickly. Absolute decimation. Now, Luffy is going to send that burst frame 1 of the next fight. But the upside to that is we are actually going to get our burst ready to go. And then we can send it when we're in a really good position. Now, it is a Dex team, interesting enough. I was low-key expecting strength with how everyone's setups are going. That int team in the middle was just very, very left field. But Dex at the back is not exactly something that you see too frequently. So, there's a lot of damage, by the way. Luffy's burst just does so much goddamn damage. It's actually ridiculous. And then the idea that what we're going to actually pop out is because Dex doesn't do all that much damage to us, we're going to use our burst to sort of tank some shots here. Namely stuff from Luffy, namely stuff from Yamato. But we can also use our burst to output a lot of damage. The downside, well actually no, it doesn't actually matter. The damage numbers isn't a problem. I always forget that Luffy's is all about dealing damage, not like receiving damage. And I just get him and Roger mixed up all the time. Alright, so we got the lock special on Zoro. Kid's going to come in and hit us with some damage. It's really not a lot at all. We do actually need to take some damage to get our burst back up, ready to go, by the way. Upside to this is we are running the Roger and Odin combination on Free Spirits. I do find that that works way nicer than any other Free Spirit team. Taking Odin off the Free Spirit team when I was doing Gear 5 testing was an absolute nightmare. Like, it was a genuine nightmare. I hated it so much. Like, I actually hated it. Okay, so the enemy actually has to do damage to us so we can actually get our burst ready to go. Luffy's not going to give the cooldowns, which is fine. Dofi, okay. Like I said, we need to take damage, but they need to deal damage. So, either way, we're getting charged, they're getting charged. Sanji should give the burst to... We'll give some cooldown to Luffy Yamato. We might actually get the win here just on some stall. Alright, come on. I really want to get some half stats going. That'd be great. If you could just do a little bit more damage to me, that would be awesome. I'd hate for this to get timed out and actually lose. Okay, there's the revive from Luffy. We should get one more Luffy Yamato special in, and then we should be able to get the win there. When that Dofi special goes off too, by the way, we'll 100% have our burst ready. And we should be able to, we should be in a pretty good spot then. Roger's going to do some fixed damage, do a lot of nerfing there, which is awesome. We are down to the last 30 seconds, or coming up to the last 30 seconds now, so this is starting to get a little bit shaky. I was hoping Pell would do a lot more damage there, but that's okay, because we're keeping them right away from doing their burst. Alright, Luffy. Do me a solid, brother, and get me that burst. Okay, gave the cooldowns to Pell. The Dofi special is 100% going to get me there. It's 100% going to get me there. But I was really hoping that I would have the burst stat, the half stats, before Dofi actually went off. Okay. We need to get hit by something. Surely we kill something there. Alright, beautiful. We killed a whole bunch of units there. Kid's going to get us into the burst range. We can now bink the burst, and now it's just GG. Alright, so that last fight was a little bit scary. Just because they didn't actually do enough damage to us for us to get our burst back. But look, we're fine now, because Dofi will die. And then even if we do get timed out, we're going to win just purely because we have more units. The Free Spirit team, man, it is so tanky when you've got Roger and Odin running around on it. That's going to be a wrap. Beautiful. Alright, so we beat our first Gear 5, and the strat worked fairly nicely. However, the last team, like I said, was Dex. Like, if this was like a strength team, it could have been a lot more scary because, like, they popped their burst off frame 1. Instead of just sort of seeing something that, like, Kid or Kuma or whatnot, like, that was That was the play. However, we would have then beat our half stats, and we probably would have reduced all the damage that they would have thrown at us. But nevertheless, the strat worked quite well. The question is, will it work moving forward? Let's see if we can find some more Gear 5s. Alright, so we found a Roger fight. Like I said at the start of the video, if we find Roger, we'll probably switch back to Gear 5. So that's what we're going to do. The first team's actually a very interesting one. It's a Psy shooter build. So I thought, hey, let's rock my striker team in the front. We'll run strength in the back. Or actually, no, sorry, slashes in the front. And then we'll run the strength strikers in the back. And then we'll have our side team in the middle. Honestly, I totally thought this was a striker team. This might be a blunder on my behalf. I should have just checked the picture. It's literally on my screen. I can see it right there. But nevertheless, we do have Whitebeard Roger. That's the reason I chose this. So Whitebeard Roger is going to be very, very strong at basically breaking some of the pieces of their puzzle. The fixed damage, well, not fixed damage, the HP cuts and the damage through defense is very, very good. But this is a Psy shooter team, which is very, very interesting to see. It's not something that you stereotypically see. The downside is that they have Rebecca Toy Soldier on the team, and Rebecca Toy Soldier is really, really good at reducing the slasher team's defense. So then that happens. So that's a huge blunder. That's a huge blunder. Oh no. I have totally goofed this. We might take a second L. Because I totally did. Oh my days. That ace shot just literally wiped the board with me. Holy. Okay, we need to just try and do some damage output as much as we possibly can. Man, I thought this was a striker team. I'm an idiot. Stump, what are you doing? What are you doing? The upside is we have our Psy Free Spirit team second. So we're just going to skip this because, like, yeah. That should have been strikers. There should have been a Psy striker team with Tesoro and Kanjuro. But instead, I went in with slashes. That was, not good at all. Alright, well, we move. If we take the L, we take the L. Like I said, we got to 9 wins. Okay, is this a Psy team? Or is it a Free Spirit team? Oh, it's Free Spirit. Okay. Alright. Okay. Interesting. Free Spirit without Sanji, so very, very interesting. Yeah, look, like I said, if we take the L here, it is what it is. Yeah, that's my bad. I should have checked the team. And then I should have, yeah. Silly me. That's okay. Psy Free Spirit is very, very strong, and I do expect us to get the chocolates here. We haven't done any damage to Otama there to have that warrant anything. There, Roger's going first, which is a little bit annoying because it means that they're going to nerf my attack. Okay, good damage to Zoro. They're going to have their burst ready to go. And I'd be tempted to actually use my burst, so then that way I can rebuild it back up. So I just need Yamato to go. Beautiful. We're going to bink this. Nice. Because we need to do some damage to build our burst back up. And Roger and Odin can definitely do that. This guy has some bench characters as well. I don't know if I'm pretty sure the revive of Zoro has now procced, which is good. Otama's now dead. And now we can actually use our big damage from Odin, and yeah, sweet. So now we pretty much have our burst back ready to go. This half stats is actually really, really good for us because I don't see us losing this fight. Even with the half stats, like, we have really good bench options here, and the Zoro counter is pretty much the only thing that I'm scared of here. Okay, sweet. We're good. We're good. I was going to say, once Luffy revives, though, we're going to be absolutely fine, which is what he's done, and then we're good. Psy Free Spirit, man, they're so disgusting at the moment. They are so disgusting. The final team that I have is Strength, and Strength is actually in a really, really good spot this season. The only team that would really give me some trouble is Quick. I can see Roger Whitebeard. Seems to be a Strength slasher build. Okay, so this should go tit for tat. The only thing that I'm worried about here is Roger using his burst. But what we can do is we can save our burst to stop the half stats. The downside is they do a lot of damage. They can output damage very, very quickly, and Roger Whitebeard is a massive, massive threat who will pretty much take out 2 of my units. Now, I have planned for this by using Luffy Yamato on my striker team. I have put Luffy Yamato in the back, so that way, if I do come up against stuff like Roger Whitebeard or characters that are just going to bink out 2 units, I do have a contingency plan in Luffy Yamato. Alright, so if he uses the burst, which I do think he's going to... Oh, he's just shy of it, which is perfect because Odin's about to go. Nice. Roger Whitebeard is going to hit us, and he's probably going to kill 2 units here. Who's going to die? Alright, Jack and Kid. K-Dad, please don't kill Kid. Please don't kill units, K-Dad. Okay, wow. Wow, stop. Chill. The problem is now, I'm in a really, really bad spot. Really, really bad spot. And as soon as this hits, use it. Okay, now I use mine. Go, 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 go. Don't kill Sasaki. Go, 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 go. Love that for me. I didn't actually see my King special like so close to going, but I just had to get rid of the half stats. That was a must. All right, now we are back in a much better position. A much, much better position. The enemy does have a lot better stats. Is that Legend Sasaki on the bench? Or is that... No, it's PvP Sasaki. Sick. I don't know why, but I just saw the Dex Sasaki. Okay, I would just love Arlong to not do anything to me here, please. Alright, Luffy Yamato, I need you to clutch this fight for me, please. Luffy Yamato for the clutch. Oh, you love to see it. Alright, that was shaky after that Sai shooter fight in the front. Kudos to that guy, because that was a really interesting team. However, I shouldn't have put what I had there to begin with. But we still got the chocolates. We still managed to get it done. By the hair of our teeth. But we did manage to get it done. That was close. And we're back to using Roger. It's literally just gear 5s, like, as my final fights. Like, literally just gear 5s. So, the way I've built my Roger team is to go up against the Sai Free Spirit team first. I do think that that's just an instant L. I don't really see us beating that. We could do something like go up against the team in the middle and then just guarantee us the first 2 wins. Like, I mean, we definitely could do that. I don't see why we couldn't. But at the same time, I don't feel comfortable without Roger's burst to actually get a lot of the fights done. So, if it does go to that 3rd fight, I pretty much can just say that that's GG. So, I am going to go up against this top fight, and I am going to test out the strat once again. Again, if we take the L, we've already taken the L because we lost on day 3. So, hey, for science, let's see how this team and this strategy that I came together with day 1 of Grand Party actually comes to fruition. So, the enemy is running an 8-man team. They are using Yamato and Odin, which is pretty scary. But who are they missing on this team? No, they've got all the usual culprits. I don't think they're running Roger, which means Roger is probably going to be on another team somewhere with Free Spirit. If I had to guess, that's going to pop up somewhere. So, second team we're going to use is Slashers because Slashers work exceptionally well with the Roger burst. And the whole plan of this team is to get our burst ready to go and hopefully bait the enemy into using one of theirs. Hopefully. If we can bait them into using one of theirs on the first fight, we put ourselves in such a good position. Like, such a good position. We're doing pretty good here because we haven't had anyone just die. Yamato hasn't actually gone off yet. Yamato's going to go after Odin, which is very, very good for us. Yamato going before Odin means Odin does a butt-ton more damage. Like, a butt-ton. She's going to half stats Rayleigh and Brook, and she literally hits Rayleigh and Brook. Of course. Like, why... Whenever I use Yamato, she does sweet fuck all. Every time I verse Yamato, she just, like, decimates me. Alright. We're in a position now where we've almost got our burst. Man, we're actually doing really well in this fight. I was expecting to have, like, 2 units dead by now. If I'm being completely honest. The enemy still doesn't have their burst either, so that tells me they're probably not going to use it this fight. However, they definitely, they could. And I would love for them to. Because like I said, I'm pretty much conceding this. This is just, to me, this is just an L already, this fight. I'm happy to lose it. And if I could literally get you to use your burst at the same time, that would be a huge W for me. Okay, that's a really bad time to see Odin's special going off. But look, we move. Is Luffy attacking or did Luffy get knocked back? Yeah, Luffy's attacking. If Luffy just waited like half a second, he would have got his special. And then he would have used his special to charge back some specials. Ideally here, I want Jin Jiao to actually go. And that's actually going to... Come on, use the burst, man. Use the burst. Use the burst, please. Use your burst. Gear 5 Luffy, please, if you can hear me. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Alright, beautiful. That's actually huge for us. That's huge. Alright. We're going to skip the rest of this fight because that's basically all we wanted. Luffy can rebuild his burst very, very quickly, though. That's something that's very, very scary. But now we have our burst. We're sitting in a good position with our slashes to actually just bink it down and just absolutely tear through whatever we're coming up against. Alright, is this slasher versus slasher? Oh, no. Mirror matches are never a good time. Alright, they're running a chonky slasher, though. No K-Dad, great to see. No Odin, awesome. No Kizaru and no Cracker means that our team should move a lot faster. Plus, we have a slasher buff. They do not. Interesting selection for so many dual units with Gear 5 on a slasher team. Alright. See how we're going here. Alright, here we go. Gonna pop the burst. That is going to give them all a bunch of half stats. It means that we're going to take a lot less damage. And now we're going to start dealing a butt ton of damage ourselves. 2 units. See you later. K-Dad's going to kill the rest of the team. Goodbye. Goodbye. No team stands a Roger burst and then K-Dad coming in. Like, it's just, it's not meant to work. It's not meant to function. It's just, it's disgusting. It's just not fair. Like, it's just not fair. Alright, beautiful. Now we have our Free Spirit team, which is very, very bulky. The downside is we did not get nearly enough burst back to put us in a really good spot. And I have a very, very big feeling that this is either going to be Sai, or actually, no, we came up against Sai. This is going to be a, oh, it's Dex. Interesting. I was going to say I had a big feeling it was going to be Free Spirit. Dex is interesting because Dex doesn't output damage. And this is probably going to be a repeat of what we initially saw in the first rendition. Now, the first fight of this video, we actually didn't have our burst until the final, like, very, very little into the fight. Now, that's okay, because the enemy doesn't have their burst either. The thing is, as soon as they get their burst and they pop it, we can pop ours. The downside, like, the only thing I'm worried about is getting to a position where we might be in death range when they actually get to that particular point. An ideal world would be me to get them down to like the last 30 seconds, me to take out like 2 of their units and just win on a timeout, neither of us use the burst. That would be the dream situation right here. So let's see how we go. I would love Luffy Yamato to go before Sanji, but I think Sanji's going to go before Luffy Yamato, right? Yeah. Yeah, Sanji's going to go early. Alright, if we can get some action bind off right here, that would be awesome. Alright, Odin, do your thing, buddy. Do your thing. Do the thing. Odin, brother, I needed something from you there, and you didn't give me anything. You did not bring it. Coming up against Dofi as well, with a Free Spirit team, can be a little bit detrimental, because we lose a lot of defense. That's going to do damage. Okay. Versus Yamato might be a problem. And the reason versus Yamato might be a problem is because she's doing enough damage to build up their burst. And that burst goes through defense. And that burst, it does a lot of goddamn damage. Is that cat viper almost dead? Come on, kill the cat viper. Come on, kill the cat. Kill the cat, kill Yamato, kill Doflamingo. Doflamingo needs to die too. Doflamingo really needs to die. Alright, do the action bind thing. Oh my god, Odin. Is everyone immune to it or something? Alright, Luffy Yamato, last 30 seconds. Hit them hard. Beautiful. Okay, we are 100% going to take a burst. Because Sober Mask is going to put them in a range where they can hit us. Sober Mask, please don't do damage. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Okay, this is going to hurt. Don't kill me. Alright, our turn. 7 to 6. We're going to use our burst. This should kill something, right? Yeah, it's going to kill Dofi and Pell. Beautiful. That's going to wrap it up. Alright, well, look. Even though it didn't go down to the dream situation like I mentioned, this still worked an absolute treat. We did get quite lucky at the back end, but if only we didn't goof on day 3, if only we just swallowed our pride and we just didn't keep using Gear 5 and we had no idea what the fuck we were doing. And we just went to use Roger, and how we knew and what we knew, we might have been in a position where we could have just actually gotten the 15 wins. However, like I said at the start of this video, this has probably been one of, if not the hardest Grand Party season that we've seen. Gear 5 has thrown an absolute spanner into the works and has made it very, very challenging for people to get the 15 wins. But if you are one of those compadres, champions, legends even, that managed to get the 15 wins, let me know in the comment section below. While you're down there, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's